Hello, 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 welcome to Firearms of America. Today we have another pair of Timberland hiking boots, and this is Flume. Now, I have reviewed, this is my third pair of Timberland hiking boots that I'm reviewing on this channel. The very first one was the most popular one, which is practically identical to this boot. It's the White Ledge, and you probably heard of it. If you are researching in this area, you probably heard of the White Ledge. They have over 9,000 reviews on Amazon. I think they're the most reviewed hiking boots on Amazon in general. Pretty amazing. 9,000 reviews is just crazy. Almost 5 stars. I personally was not a big fan of them. The comfort level was not. It just wasn't my type of boot. I wasn't really happy. They were a little bit on the heavier side to my personal standards, so I was not really impressed. Then I did the review of the Chocorua Timberland boots, and they were much better. Now I really like them. They were on the heavier side because they were a little bit bulkier, a little bit bigger, but they were much more comfortable. These ones, Flume, like I said, they are very, very similar to both of those boots that I have mentioned, but they kind of combine the best of the two worlds. They are smaller, just like White Ledge, but they are comfortable, just like the Chocorua. So I think we're onto something here. So, as some of you guys already know, this review we're doing specifically for our ultimate survival boot section, basically, which means that, you know, if this was your very last boot to put on before you run out of your house and run and walk for miles and maybe fight along the way or run away from somebody, climb the tree, I don't know, whatever you can come up with, right, with your survival scenarios, right? Would that be a good boot to put on? Would you choose it as your last boot to, well, hopefully not last, hopefully you survive your survival, whatever, but to survive that survival, would that be a good boot? So how do we do this review? Now, we do this based on several criteria. The very first one being the comfort level. To test the comfort level, what I do with my boots is I do a 5-mile walk and then 3-mile run right after 5-mile walk. So it's a lot of workout for me, trust me, guys. And the total wear time is about 7 to 8 hours of, you know, not taking these boots off, just wearing them. So I did this with these boots, and they are definitely much more comfortable than the White Ledge, honestly, in my personal opinion. Now, a lot of people swear by those White Ledge boots and the comfort level, but I don't know, I just didn't feel them. These ones, on the other hand, are definitely good. Whenever it comes to comfort, they are on the lighter side, so it was easier to run in them. Now, the bottom sole is pretty flexible, which I could not say the same thing about the White Ledge. These ones are, you know, not pretty flexible. It's actually very flexible. I think that's great. What it does, it allows you to run properly, you know, on your tippy toes, so that you don't have a lot of strain on your ankles and on your knees. So running in these boots was very easy. I finished my 3-mile run without any unnecessary problems at all. And I think it's thanks to 2 different types of rubber that are utilized. And I know I had a few smart people trying to be smart and saying that all of the boots utilize the same design with 2 types of rubber. No, trust me, not all of the boots utilize the same 2 rubber design. No, the 2 rubber design is actually pretty unique. It's one of the newer technologies that was developed. So these ones do have that, and it is pretty good. It kind of has the best of 2 worlds. This rubber is soft, it allows for the flexibility, and this rubber is hard. This one is actually very hard. It allows you to, you know, to protect yourself from penetration. Yeah, you know, if you step on something sharp, on something like that on the road, it will protect you. So comfort level, I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. I had a little bit more comfortable boots than these for the same price range and everything, so I kind of can't give them more than that. But at the same time, I think the comfort level is pretty good on these. Number 2, proofing and protection. Now, whenever it comes to the proofing, these boots are waterproof, which is nice. For hiking boots, it's good to have. Whenever it comes to protection, however, there isn't really much because, the toe is so soft. There's nothing on the toe, so nothing protecting you there. There's nothing on the ankle protecting you there or here, except maybe this logo. It's a little bit hard, but no, I'm just joking. There's really nothing. And the back, the heel, it is a harder leather that is used here, but again, nothing too substantial. It is definitely better, so there is some protection on the back, but nothing crazy to protect you from more or less serious impact there. Now let's talk about the number 3. It's the quality and the design features. Quality wise, obviously, as I said, this model, this particular model, it has over 1,500 reviews, positive reviews too, 5-star reviews on Amazon, which is crazy. It's a huge number. And Timberland boots, they're just very popular for some reason. People are buying them. So the quality, they definitely did a great job with the quality. You can feel it. The leather is of a great quality. The build is of a great. There is no like glue or anything sticking out, the weird stuff. So pretty good. Now the design features, like I said, they are very similar to the White Ledge and very similar to the Chocorua. So I guess it comes down to your personal preference, whichever you do like a little bit more. Honestly, to me, they all look the same, but it's just little things, I guess, if you prefer this type or that type a little bit more. Now the strings is another thing that I am not a big fan of in these boots. I wasn't a big fan in the White Ledge and the Chocorua. The strings are just not my favorite. They're the big, bulky type of flat strings that, in my opinion, are just not, just not easy enough to work with, okay? And they kind of delay for unnecessary reasons. They delay your tightening process. On the plus side, the hardware that they use here is metal, which does add a little bit, just tiny little bit to the weight of the boot, but at the same time, that gives you that peace of mind that it's not gonna break on you. You're not gonna snap that plastic hardware whenever you're tightening those boots. So that's good to know. So let's talk about the number 4. The criteria number 4 is the outsole traction and stability. Now the outsole on this boot is exactly the same. Now I'm saying exactly the same, and I know somebody's gonna try to get me on that. Maybe something is different, but overall it's a very practically identical design. Okay, I guess a little disclaimer, to the White Ledge and to the Chocorua. They use the same design whenever it comes to the bottom sole. I would say it is pretty good, but to me personally, it is not aggressive enough. So on surfaces like wet grass, for example, these boots can be, depending on what you're doing. If you're slowly walking, you're fine. But if you're running, like me, can get pretty slippery. On the plus side, on the sandy surfaces, it's not that bad. Somebody's texting me in the middle of probably somebody telling me, that's not the identical bottom sole, but no, I think it is pretty identical to the White Ledge and to the Chocorua. So yeah. My overall verdict is I think it's not enough aggression whenever it comes to the hiking boots. They're pretty good, but just not aggressive enough. I wish there was more aggression to that. So overall, whenever it comes to the outsole, right, I would give it a 7 out of 10. I do like the fact that it's very flexible, but the traction stability, I think it needs to be more. Honestly, I think 7 is a little bit too generous, but fine, whatever. Let's talk about number 5, is the temperature. Now, like I said, I tested my boots in 100-degree weather. It was a little bit hot, but not to the point where I was overheating and it was terrible and bad. No, it wasn't that bad at all. The ventilation on this boots is pretty good, and the leather, it's pretty breathable, so it's pretty good. Now, cold temperatures, they are very similar to the Columbias that I have. So the rating on, the temperature rating probably would be around 0 to -10 Fahrenheit. Wouldn't get these boots for something that is colder. They're not exactly winter boots, although you would be able to get away with some cold temperatures with some good insulated socks, right? So it's up to you. So let's talk about the number 6, the sizing. Now, if you remember, if you watched my White Ledge review, I had a little bit of problem with the sizing. They were running a little bit small. This is not the case with the Flumes. This boots, Flume, yeah, that's what they're called. Yeah, I think I already mentioned that. But this was not the case. They are definitely true to the size. My size is 9.5, but I get 10 for my hiking boots. That's just a good recommendation that I got from one of my professional hiking friends. To get your hiking boots always half a size bigger. So definitely true to the size. Number 7 is the balance of application. I think this is the most important criteria whenever it comes to, your ultimate survival boots. Basically, if that was the last boot that you put on before you walk out of your house or run out of your house, and you have to walk for miles and miles through different terrains, through different temperatures, through all of these different situations, you have to run away from somebody, you have to maybe fight somebody, I don't know. Would that be a good boot? I think these boots are pretty good, but I think at the same time, my biggest disappointment with this boot is their bottom sole. I think a little bit more aggression is an absolute must on hiking boots in general, right? Overall. And the same thing goes obviously for the survival boots. Just because there is a lot more terrain out there that requires that aggression compared to the terrain that does not. So whenever it comes to the balance of application things, I think that's very important. But overall, because of their lightness and their comfort and their durability, I think I can give these boots a solid 6 out of 10 on the balance of application scale, and definitely can put them on the list. There's another reason for that. And it's number 8, the criteria number 8. It's the price. These boots are very, very affordable. You can buy these boots for about $70 currently on Amazon. The link is in the description below. They do vary, between $70 to like $120, depending on the color, depending on the size, depending on the availability of different sellers. That's just how Amazon works. So if you cannot buy it right now for $70, I would recommend waiting a little bit and then checking back in a few days, in a week, and seeing if they are available for that price, because they do go up and down. Another thing on the side note, I wanted to mention, I think it's important to mention, whenever it comes to ultimate survival boots, there are a lot of boots out there that are very light, very comfortable, great bottom sole, very balanced, right, in different terrains. Overall great boots, maybe a little bit more expensive, but great boots. But one thing that we don't really consider in my reviews of this ultimate survival boots is the looks. I think looks are not important, but here is the thing. Whenever it comes to looks, you wouldn't want to wear something every single day, something that looks like a straight up hiking boot or a winter boot or a post-apocalyptic looking type of boot, something that just makes you look a little bit strange, right? You wouldn't want to wear that. These boots definitely do not qualify as that. These boots look great, like a good everyday boot supposed to look. You can wear them to work and look, professional, decent. You can go, and I can wear these boots right now to a store. Well, I live in Florida, so I might get some looks, but nevertheless, there is really nothing too crazy about these boots. They do look like normal boots, nothing too ridiculous, right? And I think that is very important because, survival situations, they don't call you and tell you, hey, I'll be there in a week, get ready. No, they happen all of a sudden. So the boots that you wear every single day on a daily basis will be most likely the boots that you will be wearing for that survival situation, because if you are at work, you're not going to have a chance to go back home, put them on, and then, I'm ready to survive. I know it's a little bit of a philosophical discussion, but nevertheless, something to consider. So, thank you very much, guys, for watching. I appreciate it. If you have any comments, let me know. If you have any requests for the boots, definitely let me know. I love to see those because I want to know what you guys want to see, and I will try my best to get them and do a review on those. Just let me know in the comments below. If you found this video useful, please subscribe. This is still a growing channel. We have a lot more to go, so every subscriber definitely counts. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. This was Firearms of America. Enjoy the rest of your day. I see you in the next video.